Hello, everybody. It's your boy GHMoney back again with baking with Huff. Now today I'm gonna be cooking a not, I'm gonna be baking cookies, and there'll be my most delicious cookies I have ever had. Now I've laid a list of ingredients down on the table, but you can't see them. They're right behind you, like right there. So anyway, the first step in baking is to get a mixer. Get a mixer over here. Got your mixer over here. Hold on, guys. Probably can't see the mixer. And there we go. Yeah, sorry for the height disadvantage. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so that's the first step. The mixer. Now, if you're gonna bake cookies, then you better have two things: the mixer and a bowl. Now, the reason we should have a bowl is so we can put the dry stuff into the bowl and not worry about in the mixer. So now, I got a recipe list right here telling me exactly what to do. Of course, I'll follow the recipe. I'll do another challenge where I won't use a recipe, but of course, if you guys want to see this recipe, you can subscribe to GHMoney Huff. And if you help me reach that 1K, I can specifically give you cookies myself. So, without further ado, let's get on with the cooking. This way. Okay, first thing we got is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Let's see if I can get our cups out here. Okay, now that we got 1.5 cups, you can just pour in the bowl. I might have made a mess. I won't worry about that right now. So, next, we need 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So, the trick with getting the right exact amount is take the teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, remember that, your baking powder, scoop it like so until you get an overdose. And when you got it above the line, you just take it and you scrape it. Just like that. Then you just pour in the bowl. I'm going to put a little bit more in it because there wasn't exactly half. So I'll do that anyway. Next, we need half a teaspoon of baking soda. So again, same as last time, take your teaspoon, half the teaspoon, stick it in there, get over half of it, and run it against the rim. And there you go. Put it along with the dry stuff. Now we need half a teaspoon of salt. Can't forget the salt. No pepper, none. Just salt. Luckily, I got a big container of salt right here. I just sprinkled myself with salt. Open the lid. Take this, scoop it, and always be exact because salt will slide off. So, got half a teaspoon of salt. Mix it in with the dry ingredients. Now, I think we move on to the stuff that goes in there. Now we need half a cup of butter. And for those of you that don't know what half a cup of butter is, it's basically a stick of butter. So I got my stick of butter here. I'm going to go unwrap it, of course. Take the piece of butter like so. Stick her in there. Now, next comes the tricky part. We need half a cup of peanut butter. Set my teaspoon there. So, if you want your peanut butter cookies crunchy, you should go with the crunchy peanut butter. Makes sense. But I just opted to go with creamy. Now, this will be more difficult since peanut butter is sticky and getting exactly half a cup will be really hard. Luckily, we got a small cup for that. And then you want to take a big spoon. And just scoop up as much peanut butter as possible. Take it out. And begin just dumping it in there. And this is a really hard process because of the immensity of the peanut butter. Oh, and before I forget, I should probably turn on the mixer. And before I do that, gotta set it up. And make sure you turn on the stir one notch. That way it'll slowly stir the butter. Now, if I can get the exact amount of peanut butter, this thing's really loud. I think one more scoop should do it. You want to smoosh the peanut butter. Okay, I seem to have gotten lucky this time and gotten exactly half a cup of peanut butter. I'm gonna put this spoon in the sink. Okay. We're gonna wait a little while before we put in the peanut butter. Next, you need this. Half a cup of firmly packed, not half, 1 cup, my bad, of firmly packed brown sugar. I guess I probably should empty the peanut butter just because. Let's get another big spoon. And scoop that sucker in there. Peanut butter is sticky. Okay, now we want our cup of firmly packed brown sugar. So what you want to do is pour it in here, and be sure to smoosh the chunky parts. I'm gonna get another spoon. I'm gonna pour it all in there. But make sure you pour a little at a time so you can smoosh the chunky parts. It doesn't matter which way you stab it, as long as it gets broken apart. Then you want to smush it down as tight as it can go. And just repeat that process. Okay, now that we got our cup, we can pour it in. And remember, this does not go with the dry stuff. You just want to scoop it all in there. Okay. The dough is starting to smell peanut buttery and it's starting to solidify. So that's a good sign that you're almost there. Let's see what we got on here next. one egg. Oh, this reminds me of a story I like to tell you guys. There was one time I was holding an egg carton and I was trying to get a few eggs out of it. But I presumptuously set the eggs right here on the counter on a narrow piece. And as I was going to go for the final egg, my hand accidentally hit the box and it dropped, spilling all the eggs in there. So I obviously had to clean it up, but I'm willing to not make that mistake again just for an egg. Yeah, this is an egg white, so you just need to crack the shell, split it open, and get the egg yolk in it too. Throw that away. And you always want to check if there's any parts of shells in here. It was a perfect split, no shells. It's a good egg. You just want to pour the egg in there. Okay. Next, we need a teaspoon of vanilla. So I had a half a teaspoon. Now we're going for 1 teaspoon. And take your vanilla like so. And if you're worried that it might go overboard, do it over at here. So, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. That should be it for the mixed ingredients. I'll let it sit for a while I'll deal with the dry ingredients. What you want to do with the dry ingredients is take a spatula, make sure it's a rubber spatula. Take the spatula like so. Actually, no, you don't need a rubber spatula for this. You just need a big spoon. Take a big spoon like so and just stir the dry ingredients around. Great. Now that I got it good and stirred, it's time to add the dry ingredients in with the rest of them. So I want to move this stuff out of the way. Bring the bowl close, like right next to the mixer, and again, scooping it in. Do not, whatever you do not just dump this in here. It'll be a big mess. You want to set it next to there in case any of it spills, and again, scooping it in. When you get down to a little bit of mixture left, you can pour it in if you want. Wow, this is actually smelling really good. If there are any stuff that hasn't gone in the bowl, make sure you put it in. Oh, and just to make sure guys don't forget, make sure that you preheat your oven to 350, 350, so that you're ready to put the cookies in. Smells good. I'm stopping it so I can get some stuff off the rims. Okay, so now the mixture is done. So now what we need to do is lower it. Make sure to unplug it. And you can just take off the bowl if you have one of these type of mixers. But yeah, first actually, you remember that rubber spatula I was talking about earlier? You'll need it for this part. Before you take off the bowl, you want to twist off the cap. Then take off the bowl. Then you can just scrape some of the stuff back in there. Okay. Now that I cleaned it off, I'll just put this in the sink. And make sure you keep the rubber spatula. Now, this next step is a part that I specifically added. Gonna go in my fridge. Pull out a bag of good old chocolate chips. Make sure you can move the bowl out of the way. I guess those are the only chocolate chips. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open it and pour a crap ton of chocolate chips in these. The reason why I put the chocolate chips in there is so I can add more flavor to the cookies. And you want to stir the chocolate chips into the dough. Until it gets really thick. And make sure you get a pan for this. Of course, that's how you cook cookies on. I'd recommend two in case you want to make cookies while you swap. Now, I'm going to be rolling. Make sure you take small bits and pieces of the dough and make it into a small ball. Here, I'll show you. But first, to make the balls, you want to get a small spoon. Small. Gonna scoop up a little bit of dough. Like so. Should be your average size. You're gonna roll it up in your hands until it looks like this. That's how the dough ball should be like. Then you'll place them on a pan, however you like. But I'll be continuing this video for a really long time. Actually, it'll be the baking process that'll take a while. So, thank you so much everybody for watching. And if you want to see the end of my live stream, just wait a little bit much longer until my cookie baking is done. Then that live stream will be me taste testing my cookies. Now, I believe it won't be terrible because I have done this before, but it should turn out fine. So, thank you everybody so much for watching this. If you want to see more me cooking in the kitchen videos, please subscribe down below and leave a comment. And as always, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.